What in the world did I just watch, Downtonians? I mean, this episode, wow, total game changer. I'm just completely shocked by the events that went down tonight. Sorry for not even saying hello, and I hope you all have enjoyed Becky's vlogs the last 2 weeks while I've been away. Grab your tea because you're going to need it, especially if you've seen tonight's episode. I have my tea ready to discuss this week's episode of Downton Abbey. Wow. Can I just say that the events that went down, I wasn't expecting. First of all, Lady Edith. Oh my God. I did not expect her to run away and take the baby. Was not expecting that at all. And I'm sorry if I just spoiled it for you, but really you should have read the recap by now because you shouldn't be watching this vlog without reading that. Shame on you if you have been doing that. Or haven't been doing it. I'm sorry. I'm kind of all over the place because this episode, wow. Thank you for finally giving us the Edith that we need to see and have been longing to see all this time. Edith standing up for herself. Edith taking what she wants. Edith going after her own happiness. Finally. Although I'm really sad that the family doesn't know what's going on. And I hope by the end of the season that they get a clue and get told the truth by Violet and Aunt Rosamond, because I don't want Edith to have her happiness in secret. She should be able to share it with her family. I mean, they love her, and you can tell, except for maybe Mary, but Mary's something else, honestly. And speaking of Mary, can I just say, fabulous new do. I kind of want to do my hair like that, and I'm so happy that she is changing her little frumpy ways. Loved it. And I like the whole Charles Blake and Lane Fox being up to something. They really are up to something, and I love it. And I love that, I guess, in a way, Lord Gillingham is getting his just desserts. Sorry, I keep drinking my tea, but it's only appropriate to have tea when you're discussing Downton Abbey. Carry on. Another interesting event that I absolutely loved was the prince telling Violet basically that he loved her and still loves her and wants to run away with her, and Violet being taken aback by his, proclamation of feelings. It was just, that was one of the best scenes tonight, and I was totally enjoying that. And Maggie Smith is just wonderful in everything. Downton, and just, you kind of saw a bit of vulnerability there with Violet that we normally don't get to see, but part of me hopes she does find the princess for the prince, because that would be super sweet and just a great gesture on her behalf. But part of me hopes she doesn't, because I kind of want Violet to have a companion, and that'd be kind of nice, and it'd be a change and something good for her, because she's always doing things for other people, I think. I loved her new lady's maid. Such sass. Violet has a sassy maid, and it's going to be great. And the fighting between her and Sprat, I think it's just going to be the best comic relief of the season. And not to take away from Violet and Isabel, because we know, or you all know, 4YE loves them. So, but it's kind of nice to see someone else, have a little sass to them on the show. I'm not going to lie, I did find tears in my eyes for a little bit when Thomas reached out to Baxter about his condition. And at first, because I was already mad at him for what he did to Anna and Mr. Bates, in case you guys didn't figure it out, Thomas is the one that sent the letter to the police saying Baxter knew something about the whole Green murder, and of course Baxter didn't say anything to the police, and she figured out it was Thomas that did that to her and put her in an awkward position. But the pair of them had a very touching scene, and it's not often that you see Thomas reach out and ask for help, so my heart completely went out to him in that. And when Baxter took him to see Dr. Clarkson to, fix his ailment because the shots that he was giving himself was actually hurting him. And as we all know, you can't cure homosexuality because there's nothing wrong with homosexuality. But, back in those days, this was incredibly frowned upon, and then you could have gone to prison and stuff for it. But I actually wanted to jump to the screen and hug Dr. Clarkson when he told Thomas, hey, you just gotta be who you are and just learn to live with yourself, because this is not something that you will ever get away from. And I'm not saying that he was 100% supportive of Thomas, but you could tell that he was sympathetic. And I'm a fan of Dr. Clarkson, so I thought it was rather touching of him to say that to Thomas. And I thought it was also rather touching of Baxter to be there for Thomas, even though he keeps trying to do her dirty. So, especially with the whole Anna and Mr. Bates situation, which I'm about to discuss, we finally got some truth to come out as far as that situation goes. Mr. Bates didn't kill Mr. Green. He didn't even leave town. He had wanted to, but he didn't. And this all came about because he thought Anna didn't want to have his children, and that's not even the case. And I thought it was awesome that the married couple finally got to talk, and because we all know that they have been skirting around the situation and the whole Mr. Green thing for a while now, so we got some resolution about that, but no one is completely off the hook as the police are still looking, and what Thomas did isn't really going to help matters much. And unfortunately, Mrs. Hughes got rid of the piece of evidence that kind of proves that Mr. Bates is innocent, so I predict more fallout from that. I guess another interesting development is now Cora and Robert have made peace with one another, which was good because I didn't really want that to be dragged out. Again, Edith finding out that Michael is dead, and then resolved to take her daughter, which she did, and just basically told off Mrs. Drew, thank you, because that woman was horrible, 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 horrible. And now we ended the episode with Marigold and Edith being together, but they're not with the family, so, and I was kind of hoping that she would confide in Tom about what she was doing, but maybe she will. Maybe he'll be the one that she reaches out to, and he goes to help her. But pretty intense episode. Oh, and Isis is sick, I wonder if she's pregnant. Maybe she's right. Maybe Cora's right on that one. But anyway, Isis is the dog, by the way. Gotta say, favorite episode so far this season, honestly. Heart-wrenching, had me shouting, had me in tears. Keep it up. I hate you, Julian Fellows. Just kidding. I really love you. And I can't wait to see what else unfolds on this season of Downton Abbey. I'll be back recapping again to give the lovely Lady Becky Fuller some time off. But stay tuned and keep drinking your tea and minding your manners. Take care now. Bye.